Good morning, friends. We're gonna have our first vlogging in the dark of the fall season, like a real vlogging in the dark. If you're new to my channel, when I go in early to work, it's really dark, and so I just vlog and chit chat, and you can just, talk amongst yourselves, or clean the house, or brush your teeth, take a walk. I don't know, whatever you want to do, and we'll just chat, you and I, and you can talk back to me in the camera. It's okay. I won't tell anybody that you're talking to your phone or TV or your computer. I have my pumpkin spice coffee next to me this morning with my sugar-free pumpkin spice, and it's my one Smart Point or one Classic Point coffee that I drink every morning. I am dressed like the Golden Girls. I got this sweatshirt. I showed it to you guys in my haul the other day, and it's got like Golden Girls sleeves. It has like parrots and stuff on it. It looks just like they're sort of like their couches from the TV show. I love the Golden Girls. That's one of my favorite shows. I haven't watched it in forever. I should look that up. Anyway, it's another day on Weight Watchers. I had a little run-in with some stress eating last night. I was listening yesterday to one of my favorite priests who has a podcast, and he was talking about being anxious for nothing. And he was talking a lot about anxiety. And the point that he made, which I thought was a really good point. We think about sort of that saying or that scripture as sort of an instruction, and it is an instruction. It's actually like a commandment. We're told to be anxious for nothing. Like, we're not supposed to care about anything. And he's not saying don't be concerned with anything. Basically what he's saying is the whole what if is counterproductive. And when you're doing the what ifs, it really does eliminate patience, and it eliminates hope, because you're not being hopeful. You're just, you've got the what ifs circling in your brain over and over and over again. And so that's been very interesting, thinking about how to quiet the mind. And I think that one way to do that is obviously through prayer and silence, trying to get to a quiet, still place. Sometimes distraction works as well, in terms of getting outside of your brain. Doing some good work helps. My husband and I have been cleaning like banshees, trying to, work out, I think, some of this tension, this anxiety that we have right now in our lives while we're waiting for answers. And we have like, oh look, I'm red. We have like some answers. So a little background if you're new. So my name's Amy. I'm a nurse. I'm trying to lose a bazillion pounds. My highest weight ever was 288. I'm hanging out around 236, and I'm trying not to go up. Additionally, my lowest this time on Weight Watchers was 229, and I've gained a few pounds over the summer due to basically stress eating and not walking as much as I was. So I'm trying to get through sort of a stressful period that started with my son graduating and my getting a promotion and working to open a brand new HIV clinic in a very large hospital system. So it's sort of one of those all eyes on me type of situations, and a very a lot bigger role than what I was fulfilling previously, like a huge jump. And so far, the feedback has been extremely positive, and I've done a really good job. We took our kids to college last month, and our empty nesters, so we added that. My parents moved here. My mom had major surgery over the summer. My brother was supposed to move here this month and ended up losing the house that he was going to buy and is no longer moving here from Hawaii. And then to cap the summer off, we have been asked to contemplate moving. And we contemplated that for a couple of weeks, and I talked to you guys about sort of all that. And we have said, yes, we are willing to do this thing if God wills it, and if it's needed, we're willing to do this big thing. And now we are in a holding pattern. And we're just in a holding pattern in terms of, things tend to move slowly, and then it's like hurry up, so you have sort of this, while everyone's, ducks are put in a row and people sort of piece things together, what we're waiting on is another person to make a definitive decision and move in that direction. And it sounds like that's happening, but there's like a lot of little steps in between the decision to yes, we'll go, and yes, we'll be obedient to this thing, and then so we're looking at like plan A, which is going, and then plan B, and what does that look like? And so I've done a lot of soul searching, just on my role at work. And, I've been in an outpatient setting for 3 years. And before I got this promotion, I was offered an inpatient position, and then I was offered this promotion. And I really thought that this would be a great thing to put on my resume and a great project and would develop me in some other ways. And it really has been just very interesting and so different. But I don't know that I want to continue in this role. So I talked to my husband about that, and we came to an agreement that I would go ahead and put my notice in anticipation of moving and changing. And if for some reason that all falls through, then I am going to look for a different position here in this area. And I feel like at peace with the decision. Like I feel good about the decision, but I feel anxious about the outcome of the decision. And I'm trying to really trust God and release all of that, but it's hard to do, you guys. It's like really hard. I'm struggling a little in that area. And so it's been raining for 4 days, and I've had pockets of time where I could have gone walking, and I've chosen to eat instead, and I don't like that. I've got to, in the moment, make better decisions, and I know that, but I go into I don't give a crap mode, and I've talked about that before, where that this is the critical moment. And there are so many that you make great decisions, but it really doesn't take much to throw yourself off. So you can make 100 great decisions regarding your journey, your weight loss journey, and then you can have one moment where you go, I don't care, and you can really blow it for the day. Like Fat Dag talks about the difference. Fat Dag, F-A-T-D-A-G, one of my favorite Weight Watchers podcasters. You can search his name on Google and you'll find his podcast. He's also a Weight Watchers leader. He talks about if you just add 300 calories to your day, which is like 6 points or something like that, if you really look at it, 5 or 6 or 7 points, then you will maintain or even gain. And I think about you make this one decision to, I don't care, and to eat the whatever, and then you have messed up your progress for that day, And yes, you can pick yourself up, do the next thing, do the next best thing, make the next best choice. Yes, you can do that, but you're not going to see weight loss, and you're most likely going to maintain and possibly gain if you do that every night. And I feel like I've been doing that, probably 50% of the time. And so that's why I'm just not making a lot of progress right now. So I'm going to keep trying. My goal at this point is to just not gain any more weight, you guys. Honestly, I'm not where I want to be, but I definitely don't want to be back up to almost 290 pounds, almost 300 pounds. I don't want to go that direction. My clothes all still fit great. Things had gotten a little tight a couple weeks ago, and then I, got that. I think it was like 5 pounds off. And we're back into fitting into everything, but I would like to head back down again. So I have my food prep. I showed you guys last night. I have food prep in the refrigerator. I have my water bottle. I have all the tools. I have my tracker. I have all the tools. It's just making that. It's reactivating every morning and then staying active in your plan all day long. And then not sitting and worrying and obsessing about it all the time. And my brain is so consumed with this other stuff that it's almost like I don't have enough attention for my weight loss journey right now. But I do need to make myself a priority while we're going through all this. So that's where I'm at. I don't know if you guys can identify. It sounds like some of you guys have moved a lot. I've moved a lot in my life. Somewhere in the 30s range of moves. When I met my husband in college, we had both, right when we met, we had both moved 21 times, I think. Something, we were tied because both of our dads were pastors, and we were moved around a lot, we just did. And so when my husband went to seminary 10 years ago, or however long ago that was, when he went to seminary later in life, one of my stipulations was that we would move to New York to do seminary, and then after seminary, I wanted to get the boys through junior high and high school without moving them around. And that was a prayer that I had. I asked my husband to please, because I just remembered how difficult that was on me growing up. And I did not want to do that to my kids. I don't want to cry on YouTube again, but God has been so gracious, and we have, the timing of all this is just crazy, because we got them through, God is so good, we got them through junior high and high school, and they're in college now, and they didn't have to move. We didn't have to relocate. We were asked several times if we would like to go different places, and we were, in our tradition, in our church, the Orthodox Church of America, they will ask you, and you are always given a choice, and there's a lot of grace and mercy there, and there are times you have to move. We weren't ever put in that position, mostly because I've been able to work, and so what's happening now is in January, my husband will be part-time at the church and is looking at working, a couple of jobs. And that is our plan B, and that is what we will be doing if this move doesn't happen. But one of the factors going into us moving isn't just moving to move, it's that he would like to work as a full-time priest. That's why he went to seminary, and if there's a church that needs him in that capacity, then we are willing to do that. And we're so thankful that our children were not moved around as much, because we both remember how difficult that was. And listen, I'm not saying that that's bad. It happens, and there. I know I have some Methodist friends that watch my channel, and you guys know that comes with this life and ministry. It's a lot like, military. when they ask you to go, you go. Of course, in the military, I don't think you're given an option, but and I think in the Methodist Church, they're pretty strict as well. So we're very blessed, and even though I'm in a time of uncertainty and I don't really know what's going to happen, I don't know where I'll be in 6 months, and I hate that feeling. I'm trying to learn some patience, and I'll just leave you with this. I'm not going to show you guys my food and stuff today. I'm just going to leave you with this little vlog. But I was reading this morning about Noah, and even if you're not a Christian or whatever, everyone knows the story of Noah. I mean, it's been made into a million children's books. I was reading about Noah, and the story goes that Noah spent 100 years building the ark. And every day, if you think about this, he drug the same logs over and over, to the ridicule of everyone around him. Who knows if he had support? It's a lot like weight loss, where you feel like every morning you're doing the same thing, and I think sometimes it does feel like you're doing it for 100 years. And you can see the end in sight in terms of what the goal is, but you don't really know what that looks like. And I was just reading about how patient Noah was, not only to spend 100 years building the ark, but then to be in the ark, right, for all of those days, and the stink and the stench of it and the animals. I mean, it's not really the cutesy, thing that you want to decorate your baby's nursery with. If you really think about what Noah did, to the point where he had to go through all of that in order to step out into clean, fresh air and go to a new place in his life, where there was God's grace, and to build an altar to God in Thanksgiving. And so we have to be patient. We have to haul our logs, and it may take a lot of time, whether you're trying to lose weight, whether you're waiting for an answer in life, whether you're suffering through something. But there is that place, that goal that we want to come to. I think spiritually, emotionally, physically, there is that end in sight. I see it very clearly. I hope you have it pictured in your mind, what that goal is, whatever that is. I have a very spiritual goal or idea of where I want to be in terms of my being in communion with God. But then in weight loss as well. Just get up every morning, get your tracker out, and just have faith that if you do that work, that hard work over and over again, you will get there. You will be able to get to that place. And there's a lot of hope in that. So I just want to leave you guys at that. Have hope, be patient, do the work, drag the log to your ark over and over and over again. It will pay off. We know that it will pay off. We have the tools. So I will see you guys, like I said yesterday, I will see you guys on Saturday at 11 for our little meeting. And I don't know what else I'll be putting up this week, but I did want to just come on here and chit chat with you all, because I so appreciate all your support. I know you guys hang tough with me, and I am who I am, so we'll just keep going with that. As I choke. Typical Amy style. But if you would keep me in your prayers, I'd really appreciate it, and I will definitely keep you all in mind. Peace be with you. Have a great day. Stay in orbit. Reactivate your plan this morning. I have reactivated mine. Get your water out and go go watch some YouTubers that inspire you. I'll see you later. Bye.